Afternoon, everybody. This is the Cruiser Chris World Network, and today we are going to be talking about the power of positive thinking and how it affects how you feel and what you do. Now, I would like to begin by saying that I deal with this a lot because I have an anxiety disorder and also depression that I have to deal with on a daily basis. And it's not easy for me. So I'm going to try to give you some tips and tricks that I have learned over my young life. I'm in my early 30s right now. So I'm going to try to give you some tips and tricks that I've learned over my life to help try to make your life better and more successful. So, emotions are a powerful thing. They can either have you be feeling happy or sad or angry or glad. And all of these emotions can show themselves at various times throughout the day. So, like, for example, let's say that you are in a relationship with your girlfriend and you just got into a argument about something. Your emotions, if you let them get the best of you, can take you down a wrong road. A road that you don't want to go down. So, what you need to do is when you have, and this goes for all family members, but we're just using the girlfriend as an example here. When you have a disagreement with your family members, and you feel like you want to fight, or you feel like you're going to have an emotional outburst. Yes, that was a blooper. But when you talk fast, sometimes that happens. When you have an emotional outburst because your family is doing something that maybe you don't agree with, until you can gather your emotions and your thoughts and your feelings up about something and then present them in a meaningful, articulate way, it's probably best to remove yourself from that situation, that moment that you are in, so that you can give yourself enough time to come down and kind of collect your thoughts and make sure that what you have to say is said clearly and articulately and respectfully. Because if you don't control your emotions, you'll end up in a place where you don't want to be. You may end up, and again, I've never done this, but I've heard of people that have done it before. You may end up assaulting somebody. Or you may end up punching holes in a wall and causing damage to property. And you don't want to do that. There are ways from within that you can deal with emotions. For example, we've kind of already talked about one. And that one is removing yourself from the situation until you've had a chance to sit down and compose your feelings and thoughts about that situation that you were in. Another thing that you can do when you're feeling emotional or out of control in your mind is you can grab a piece of paper and a pencil and just write down your feelings. Write down what I'm feeling. Here's what I'm feeling at this moment. And here's why I think I'm feeling this way. And how what the person said in the previous conversation that you were just in can cause you to feel emotional about the outcome of a situation. So, like, for example, we're going to use that analogy of the girlfriend again. And we're going to use the analogy of a disagreement. If you handle your emotions in the wrong way, you may start yelling and arguing and getting physical, saying things that you might regret later on and down the road, all the way to the point where you may lose that girlfriend. And most of you, me included, when you have somebody in your life that you really care about, you don't want to lose them. But if you handle your emotions in the wrong way during or after a discussion or an argument about something that is important, you run the risk of that happening. So something that I wouldn't advise you to do is when you're sitting down with your significant other or your girlfriend or a friend in general, and you're having a discussion about something that could potentially lead to disagreements. Rather than getting into a fight, grab a piece of paper and a pencil. Both parties should do this. And then the first thing that you should do is just, after you grab the piece of paper and a pencil, write down some ideas about how you can resolve whatever disagreement you're in the best possible solution available. Whether that be you getting up and walking away, or you leaving the house for a little bit to go for a ride in the car and taking a ride to kind of decompress from a situation. And this goes for both males and females in relationships too. And females, I know that sometimes you feel like that you have to get under the skin of of your significant other. But when you see that he or she, whether you're a female or a male, depending on your gender, I guess is a good word to do it. This is going, if you're a male, this is to the female, and then if you're a female, this is to the male. But you don't want to try to get up under each other's skin. So some people in some relationships they'll use trigger words or trigger sentences. Like, for example, when we went back last year and you did that one thing and that happened, I'm gonna make that happen again. That doesn't help a situation. That only makes a situation worse. Doesn't make it better. So basically what I'm trying to say, and I'm kind of struggling with it, but I'm not trying to struggle with it, is do what you can to try and avoid getting on each other's nerves. Because in the long run, if you avoid getting on each other's nerves, then you'll have a more successful relationship in the long run. So here's another example. Let's say you're in that argument and the boyfriend is saying to the girlfriend, "Oh, I need to get away for a minute. I just don't want to talk about this right now." Then, on the other side, the female portion of the equation needs to take the boyfriend's feelings into consideration and don't dig at the boyfriend and say a snarky or not snaky, but snarky remark to try to provoke him into continuing the conversation. Now, this is kind of hard to do. So, when you're in this situation, the best thing that I believe you can do is, first of all, you have to be open. And you have to be willing to share your feelings about a certain situation with the partner that you're with. That's part of what's called compromising. Like for example, let's say your girlfriend likes shopping and you like going to car shows, but she doesn't like going to car shows. And you don't like shopping. Every once in a while, your girlfriend might say, "Hey honey, let's go shopping." Rather than getting into a fight about, well, why are we going shopping again this week for the third time? I just want to be at home and do all this and that and the other thing. Rather than getting into a little piddly fight about that, go into the car and go shopping with her. Because, to the guy it may seem like, oh, we're just going shopping again, and we've been to that same place before, and I've been there before, and I don't really want to go again. But think about it from the perspective of your girlfriend, in that she may work a lot. And the boyfriend may work a lot too. So if she's inviting you to be a part of her life and wanting you to do something with her, that's her saying, "Hey, sweetheart, I really love you and I really want you to be close to me. Please come and do this with me so that we can get a little bit closer." Like, for me, if I had a girlfriend, I would say something like, let's see, I like to do things outdoors. So I may say, "Oh, honey, I really like to go for a ride with you in the car late at night and look at the city lights and waterfalls." So I may ask her to do that with me. Take me with her. So basically what I'm trying to say, guys, is when you're looking for that relationship with a significant other, don't just take a relationship with someone to take a relationship. Actually make it a meaningful relationship, and actually try to find a partner that you have things in common with, because then when you do that, it will lead to less confrontation and less arguing, and it will be better off for people, for both parties in that relationship in the long run. So I'm going to finish up by saying, be grateful for the relationships that you do have, because you never know when something might happen, like a car accident or a medical emergency, where that relationship might get taken away from you. Be thankful for each other. Appreciate each other. Compliment your partner on their strengths. Help them out on their weaknesses. And everybody will be able to be successful in a relationship in the long run if you just do these simple things. So this has been another presentation of the Cruiser Chris World Network. We hope that you have enjoyed it. If you like what you see, like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so that you can get the latest alerts when we drop new videos. Thank you for your support, everybody. Have a good day, and we will talk to you again soon. This has been the Cruiser Chris World Network.